Hi everyone! In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to upcycle an old pair of jeans into a denim maxi skirt. So I have been seeing these skirts absolutely everywhere lately. They are all over my Pinterest boards and Instagram feed. And I'm not usually one to go for like really trendy pieces in my wardrobe, but this one just kind of called out to me because I used to actually do this when I was a lot younger in high school. So if I had like a really old pair of jeans that maybe had some holes or rips or stains in them, it was really easy just to cut them off and then turn them into a little mini skirt. So I feel like this is kind of the like upgraded adult version of that. And I just think it's really cute, it's a really classic style, and it's also a really fun and easy DIY as well. So I'm going to show you how to do it and let's just jump right into it. So for materials for this DIY, you're going to need, first of all, a pair of jeans. This is a pair that I got at the thrift store. They were $10, but they were actually on sale when I got them, so they only came to about $7.50, which was a pretty good deal. They are Calvin Klein bootcut jeans, and I just really liked the wash on them, but more importantly, they fit me really well in the waist. And it looks like someone had previously hemmed them, so they're a little bit too short for me to keep them this way, but that also makes them really perfect for this project. So you're going to want to use jeans that have either a straight or wide leg fit, as skinny jeans will probably not work as well for this DIY. You are also going to need a sewing machine, and don't forget to put in a heavy duty or denim sewing needle. And you'll also need some fabric scissors, pins, a seam ripper, and some top stitching thread that matches the thread on your jeans or as close as you can get to it. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first step is to seam rip the inseam of the jeans. So I'm just using my seam ripper and ripping out all of the stitches on the inner leg all the way up to the crotch so that the front and back are fully separated. And this is probably the most time-consuming portion of this make. Just go slowly and be careful because if you go too fast, it can be really easy to rip into your denim. Once the front and back of the legs are separated, you can pull them apart and use your scissors to tidy up all of the loose threads. And if you have a lint roller handy, then it's actually a really easy and fast way to pick up all of the little threads from the ripped stitches. For the crotch area, you want to seam rip up to the point where the seam stops curving and starts going in a straight line on both the back and front. So on the front, I ripped up to about an inch below the zipper. And then same thing for the back, I just put a pin where I wanted to rip out the seam to and then used my seam ripper to get all of those stitches out. Now we can pin the seams back in place to make a skirt. So instead of the fronts being attached to the backs like they were before when they were pants, you're going to place the back seams together and the front seams together. You can either overlap the curve of one side over the other and top stitch around the edge, which is what I'm going to do, or you can cut more of a straight line and stitch it that way. I kind of like that upcycled look that leaving the crotch curve in gives it, but that's totally up to you. So here's how my skirt looked once everything was pinned in place, and then before I started sewing I tried it on to make sure that I liked the fit and how everything looked, and then I could make any adjustments that I needed to. And the front looked really good to me, but the back seam was bubbling up a little bit, so I actually ended up ripping out a little bit more of the crotch seam and repinning it so that it was more flat. Once I had it looking and fitting how I wanted, I went ahead and top stitched the seams down. To do this, you can just follow the original lines on the seams of your jeans. For my jeans, there were 2 parallel lines of stitching on the crotch curves and then only a single line down the inseam, so I just replicated that with my stitching. I should also mention that my skirt was already the length that I wanted it to be, so I just left in the original hem. However, if you did want to shorten it, then now would be the time. So you could just cut off however much excess you want from the bottom and either leave it raw for a frayed edge or fold it up twice and top stitch it down for a cleaner edge. I also found that because the front crotch curve was quite deep, it helped to decrease my stitch length so that I could more easily follow the curve while I was stitching. Then for the front where the two pieces overlapped, I just took out my bottom pin so that I could access the underlayer and top stitch that one first. And then after I had done that side, I replaced my pin and top stitched the other side. And finally, just to make sure that that seam where the front separates was really secure, I sewed a small horizontal bar tack, which is just a really short and narrow zigzag stitch. So here is the finished result, and I hope you enjoyed tagging along with me for this DIY. If you did, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more like this in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.